All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another video. I have just come in the gate to the Hamarikyu Garden. Give a little pan around here to get our bearings. We're going to take a walk around this rather large garden. We are in the Hamamatsuchō area of Tokyo, Japan. Some large skyscrapers, apartment buildings. The Conrad Hotel is right there above the trees. I've never explored this park before, so I thought we would take about 30 minutes to do a nice loop, see what we can see, and talk about the park a little bit. I've been reading up on the history, give you the brief version of it as we look at some of the landscaping, some of the nature here, some of the trees. So this garden is about, I would say, a 15-minute walk from the Hamamatsuchō Station, which is where I came from. Quite large, actually. Quite a large garden. If you want a shorter version, you can go to the Hamarikyu Garden, which is much closer to the Hamamatsuchō Station, in fact, right next to it. But if you want to get the full experience, maybe take a longer walk, explore a little more, spend half a day, then you're going to want to come here. So the basic background on this park, it was originally the family garden of the Tokugawa shogun. So the shogun, they're the boss man. They're the clans who were running Japan for quite a long time. And the Tokugawa shogun is one of the more famous shogun families. And this was their family garden. Apparently they practiced falconry and duck hunting. Falconry and duck hunting. Those were the pastimes that they took part in here in the garden. I haven't really decided on a path or looked at the map very much, so we're just going to kind of wander around and see what we see. From 1778 until the days of Hamarikyu, duck hunting was enjoyed on the kamoba, or duck hunting sites in the gardens. This monument was built by falconers in 1935 during the Hamarikyu days to pray for the repose of the souls of the ducks that were hunted there. Wow, very nice. So this is dedicated to all the ducks who were hunted over the many hundreds of years. We can still hear the sound of the cars and trucks driving on the raised highway, the Shitoko, which circles Tokyo. It's quite close, but starting to get sounds of birds, a little bit more of a feeling of nature here. And still seeing little glimpses of the city and the skyline in between the trees. So there's a very unique feature related to the ponds here in the park. They are connected to the Tokyo Bay, connected to the ocean. So they're tidal pools. The level of the water will rise and fall along with the tides of the ocean. Apparently that is quite unique for gardens with ponds all across Japan. So as I said, it's the family garden of the Tokugawa shogun, which functioned as an outer fort for the Edo castle. In the tidal pool, seawater is drawn from the bay. It's called Shiori no Ike. And there are were two duck hunting grounds. In 1654, the fourth shogun, Ietsuna's younger brother, Matsudaira, built a detached residence called Kofu Hama Yashiki on one of the falconry sites. So a detached home, I believe that would mean sort of like a vacation home. Not like their main home, but maybe a house or a cottage that they would go to enjoy some duck hunting or some falconry. Wow, that's beautiful. So over many years and many different shogun came and went, taking over the property and building and rebuilding their own version of the detached house. The garden took on its final appearance, which is pretty much what we see today apparently, after the 11th shogun, Ienari. What do we got here? So this was used to train the falcons apparently. Huh. A falcon training pond. Quite interesting. And I guess they use the falcons to catch the ducks. Got a bit of a graphic shot there. There the falcon has grabbed the duck by the neck. Okay. Interesting. So a little bit more of the history, a little more recent history, the Meiji Restoration period in Japan. During that time, the garden became a detached palace of the imperial family, and it changed its name to Hamarikyu, which is what it is today. Due to the Great Kanto earthquake and bombing during the World War II, a number of buildings, including some of the tea houses and trees, were damaged. And eventually the imperial family donated the garden to the city of Tokyo on November 3rd, 1945. Restoration work was done and it was opened to the public in April of 1946 as the Hamarikyu Gardens. And so it remains until today. The gardens have been designated as a special place of scenic beauty and a special historic site for the country of Japan. Okay, we've come a little bit more into the central area. Some beautiful views here. Very, very cool contrast. Classic Japan with that impressive modern skyline in the background. That's great. So I believe what we're looking at right now is the Shio-iri no Ike. So shio is tide in Japanese. So Shio-iri no Ike, bringing in the tide pond. The pond has a style to draw in seawater and change its appearance by ebb and flow of the tides. The pond is the only remaining seawater pond from the Edo area within Tokyo. Lock gates are opened and closed according to the rise and fall of the water level in Tokyo Bay, thus adjusting the flow of water in and out of the pond. Saltwater fish such as striped mullet, young sea bass, goby, and eel inhabit the pond. Wow, some very large trees here. Beautiful. Kind of cool to imagine that these trees are the same trees that the shogun may have been looking at several hundred years ago. A lot of flowers can be seen here in the park throughout the year. January, February, and March brings winter sweet, plum blossom, narcissus. March, April, and May brings canola flower, Yulan magnolia, Yoshino cherry blossom, flowering peach blossom, double cherry blossom, Japanese wisteria, peonies, azalea, and satsuki azalea. Then we get into summer, June, July, and August. Japanese iris, hydrangea, trumpet vine, crepe myrtle, sulfur cosmos, cotton rose mallow. Looks like this may be one of the gates that relates to the tides. Allowing water to come in and flow out. And finally, towards the end of the year, in the fall, September, October, November, and December, red spider lily, garden cosmos, wax trees, maples, and the ginkgo trees turn that bright yellow that they're famous for. Let's go check out Fujimiyama here. I bet we're going to get a good view. That was a great view. That was beautiful. All right, the sun has really come out and we're looking at some blue skies here now. Great temperature today. It must be just over 20, maybe 22 degrees Celsius, something like that. Okay, we got some choices here. The seawall. Let's go see the seawall. Get a look at the bay. All right. So this is the edge of the park. Oh, some fish jumping out of the water right there. Got a couple boats in the harbor here. Now, back a couple hundred years ago, there would have been none of these buildings, none of these retaining walls, just open to the ocean and the bay. Now a lot of protection has been built up, safe harbors. So the view here is quite different from what the shogun would have been looking at, but still pretty cool. Okay, we're going to keep looping around and we're going to head to the site of Yumiti Chaya. I believe there are a total of 4 tea houses in the park. Looks like if we were here a little sooner in April, we would have seen some great cherry blossoms. I believe these are ume trees who hold their flowers a little bit longer. And here's a beautiful maple. By the way, it does cost 300 yen to enter the park. And for that price, you actually get access to both the Hamarikyu and the Kyu Hamarikyu Park. So that's a pretty good bargain. We've been walking for about 20 minutes now. So it feels like if you want to do a very fast, short version of the park, 45 minutes, just under an hour, and you could do a nice loop. Kind of what I'm doing. But obviously, I would recommend spending a little more time. Let's go see what those pyramid-shaped mounds are on the other side of the pond. Oh, we're getting a nice view of the Tokyo Tower in the distance there. Now we get a great look at the gates. It is believed that the sluice was located somewhere near here around 1710 to control the flow in and out of the gardens. Today, Yokobori Sluice is the largest water gate in the gardens, using the incoming and outgoing tides to control the intake and outflow of seawater from Tokyo Bay into Shioiri no Ike. Getting a little bit of wind here today. Maybe a weather system is moving in. Ah, nice view from here. I believe that's the Tokyo Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Nice. So it looks like just on the other side of that hill where we just were, is the Shogun Oagariba. Oagariba means the shogun's landing place. So when the shogun would go out on a boat, maybe to take a little sail or to do some fishing, they would come back and land there and return to their garden. Now in 2025, we can wander through these gardens and see those large buildings, kind of have a sense of the size and the scale of the city of Tokyo. A couple hundred years ago, when the shogun were here, all they would have seen was the forest. I think it would have felt very private, very secluded, very safe here in their beautiful garden. Okay, what do we got here? This is the duck hunting grounds. Kamoba means duck hunting ground. It was once a facility for hunting waterfowl, especially wild ducks for fun. Built on the villa grounds of the feudal lords of the past, it is said that the facility of Kamoba can be seen only in 5 places nationwide at present, and one of them is the Hamarikyu Gardens. Nice, so the ponds would definitely attract the ducks. And here's another spot where I guess they kept the falcons, and then they would release them, and the falcons would bring back the ducks. Interesting. Let's go check out the Nakajima no Chaya, the Center Island treehouse. Different iterations of the tea houses over time.
On left side.
And this is the Nakajima no Chaya, which which means Center Island Tea House, because we are in the middle of the pond right now. Looks like you can actually go in here, and this one still serves tea and maybe some Japanese sweets. You can get a Japanese green tea set or the dorayaki, sweet bean paste little Japanese dessert for 1,000 yen. Nice. And we'll cross back over on this kind of beautiful arched bridge here. Nice overview. All right, hope you enjoyed that walk. I know I did. That was great. What have we done here? Done about 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes. Nice loop. Yeah, you could easily spend double or triple the amount of time. Enjoy some of the tea houses. Sit down and take a break every now and then. Take a lot of photos. Highly recommended. Oh, look, we got some birds here. Looks like they're finding something to eat in the grass. Okay, today we will end on this great view of Hamarikyu Gardens here in Hamamatsuchō, Tokyo. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with another walk, a cycle, or a drive somewhere in Japan. Thanks for watching.